3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1173. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, if you enjoyed my work and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. If you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. Thank you very much for your support, as well as your presence during this reading. Someone here might be feeling an extra push to have trust and faith in themselves, in the universe, in another person, in a certain situation. Just feels like you could benefit from a little more trust and a little more faith. Mostly because I saw 111 on the timer before I started talking. But getting into interpreting 1173, there are 2 ones as well, so that push is starting to feel more like a shove. Just a strong message here for you to have trust and faith. Trust your intuition, believe in your strength, and believe in what is possible for you. Believe in what you and the universe can create together, as long as you always show up and do your part. I just saw the number 222 on the timer, and that number can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation on your mind. It can also be a call for you to be very wise about your choices and your decisions right now. And keep in mind the need to protect your peace and your investments. Your time, your energy, attention, resources, just to protect yourself both inside and out when it comes to making decisions, or maybe a specific decision. Number 7 in 1173 is about becoming wiser and more spiritually connected and in tune with the universe, your spirit guides, and your own soul and intuition. It's about becoming more conscious and aware and really waking up deeper and deeper to the truth of who you are and the truth of this reality, the truth of the universe. This number could be a sign that there is an opportunity here for you to learn something. And it's not just practical, it's definitely spiritual too. Like, for example, you may learn that in a certain relationship it's important to set healthy boundaries. That's practical. But spiritually, why? Why should you set these boundaries? Why do you deserve to protect yourself, to have healthy relationships, to experience real love and joy? It feels like there is a spiritual explanation or reason to discover with something practical that you could learn, like discovering the deeper meaning behind something, or maybe someone, depending on what you are learning about. The number 3 is about using your voice and expressing yourself in whatever way you feel called to. This could be one-on-one with another person, you standing up in front of a crowd, It could be with journaling, meditating. This number can also be about healing and growing. So you could feel called to use your voice, and this has to do with healing and growing, or they're separate. Maybe you only feel called to use your voice, or maybe you only feel called to heal and to grow. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 7 is 9, and 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So there does appear to be more of a focus on using your voice, healing, and growing, expressing yourself, showing up honestly and authentically for yourself, for others, for the universe, for God, whatever higher power you may or may not believe in. But overall, this number, 1173, has really, really encouraged you to have a little more trust, have a little more faith, and take an opportunity to learn, and to heal, and to grow, and to express yourself, and use your voice, most importantly, it feels like. So, when I said that with the number 3, no, never mind. It feels like there could be a big opportunity here for you to use your voice, or to heal and grow, or both. So I was just feeling that it might take a lot of brain power, or mental, emotional, spiritual power for you to work through something or to learn something. So make sure you are being patient with yourself, and make sure your expectations are realistic too. But the only deck of cards that I have on the table in front of you right now is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. It feels like I could say every other deck I have but the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just going to draw out a few of these cards. And we'll see what comes through. We'll see if there are more specific messages to come from 1173, or if there's something here to talk about we haven't even touched on yet. So for the first card, that's an awesome card. It is the 6 of Wands. And it does say, it says success, momentum, victory, self-confidence, and rewards. Maybe this is something you're already experiencing, or something that is down the line for you. It's a potential, or it's a victory that you have already experienced. In reverse, it says comparing yourself to others, not following truth, disappointment, self-dishonesty, people-pleasing, not your idea of success. So there is something here about a specific situation that leaves you feeling like you are on top of the world. Maybe even royalty. It just makes you feel really good about yourself. The number 6 on this card is about encouragement for you to love and care for yourself, rather than hate and destroy yourself. Not only because you deserve to have a healthy and fulfilling relationship with yourself, but it's also bigger than that. It is bigger than you. When you choose to love or hate yourself, you are contributing to a greater war amongst all of us between hate and love. For hundreds of years, thousands even. Humanity has been on a quest to spread love and generosity and honesty, truth. It has been a very, very, very long journey, but it's very important, and I wanted to say almost appropriate for you to consider how much bigger this is than you, especially if you are, a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. I just felt connected to the phrase, we are all God's children. And now, I'm not religious. The higher power that I believe in, I used to call God, but I don't anymore. I haven't done it in years, actually. But I understand what that phrase means. And I agree to it, but in my own context, Where I believe that we all come from the same source. Maybe the same source of light, energy. Yeah. It's really making me think of science now. Which is funny because science and religion are kind of opposites in a way. But I guess I would be more like, I believe that we're all children of the universe, but because we are created from the universe, and I actually believe because of our creation, how we were created, how we are also the universe. That's why we can communicate with it, connect to it, feel it. And I just saw the number 222 again on the timer, so just confirmation again about a significant relationship or situation, and to really be mindful about your choices and making sure that you are protecting your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being, no matter what you choose to do, no matter what paths or detours you choose to take. But as I was saying, whatever you're going through, whatever victory you experience or experienced, it wasn't just a victory for you, it was also a victory for humanity. A battle was won in the war type of thing. Let's go ahead and draw out the next card here. Let's learn a little more about what this victory could be about. We have the Queen of Wands, and I just saw the number 333 on the timer, which, as I said before a couple of times, the number 3 is about using your voice and healing and growing. This Queen of Wands, it says independent, confident, attractive, inspiring. In reverse, it says in quotes, I can't, telling yourself I can't instead of I can. Lack of self-confidence, comparing self to others. Interesting. Are you comparing yourself to others? Or is that who you used to be? I would love to eat a meal and not feel like I have to clear my throat whenever I'm doing these readings. It's probably just the type of food I eat, but the Queen of Wands here being mixed with the Victory card is crazy. It's crazy energy, because the Queen of Wands is someone who is very confident and bold, and so when a Queen of Wands experiences a victory, she doesn't just accept it. She lets herself sit in it, maybe bask in the light a little bit. It feels like for somebody this is your goal, to be more confident, to experience some sort of victory. For somebody else, This is something that you've already experienced, and this could just be confirmation that you're definitely on the right path, and you do have something to celebrate, both yourself and winning in some way, but not in a competitive way, but in a the truth came out sort of way, you know. I don't know if it's exactly about some sort of truth coming out. I wouldn't be surprised, because I feel like a lot of us are experiencing situations where the truth is hidden to our disadvantage. But these cards are really, really awesome cards to get, honestly. And they're both Wands cards, so there's a lot of fire, a lot of passion, and maybe even a lot of emotion. What does drive you right now? What makes you feel ambitious right now? Let's go ahead and get the last card from these tarot cards. Oh. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace cards are opportunity cards. And the Ace of Pentacles is the manifestation of an opportunity. To me, it starts out as an idea, a realization, a change in perspective. And this mental change, intellectual change, really allows you to express yourself, especially emotionally. And it helps you better see, what kind of people and what kind of situations really align with your passion, your fire, like these Wands cards are pointing to. And once you have that new perspective, this idea, you're emotionally connected to it, maybe even talking about it, and you really just feel the passion for it, I think that's when the opportunity presents itself. At least in the context of this reading here. For some reason, Ace of Pentacles opportunity is blocked from manifesting. And this could simply just be a timing thing, or there's something you're doing where you're standing in your own way. Being your own worst enemy, maybe. Overall, this reading has really encouraged you to have a little more trust, a little more faith. Actually, there's been a lot of encouragement for that, to have trust and faith in yourself, especially with this Queen of Wands, as well as in the universe, or another person, or a certain situation. There's something to learn here to help you become more spiritual. I'll say more spiritual and more passionate, because you're going to know more. And I definitely believe that knowledge is power. In the same way that money is power. There's also been a really quite a strong push here for you to express yourself, to use your voice, or to heal and to grow. I think everybody here has an opportunity to heal and become wiser, more spiritual. But whether or not it's involved with using your voice really depends on your situation. But when you really think about it, I wouldn't be surprised either, because there's an opportunity here related to a victory. And I would think to attract that, you have to express yourself. You have to show up honestly and authentically. The cards here are showing me a very confident person with their eyes on the prize. And something is standing in the way. Like I said, it could be timing, so maybe you just gotta be patient. Or there's something you could be doing to make it, manifest or come to you faster.